Features of Harry and Meghan's kids. Hello and a very warm welcome to the Kate Middleton and the Queen News Channel new version. According to a royal expert, the Christmas card photo was supposedly captured about 3 months ago, which would have been in about September of 2021. Miss Julia San explains to us, the boy in the Christmas card appears surprisingly taller and leaner than the stature of Archie on his second birthday in May of 2021. If the Christmas card is authentic, taken 3 months ago makes Lilibet 3 months old, which is about right for growth milestones and neck strength for age. She continues that we can therefore assume Archie was approximately 4 months older than when pictured from the back view, age 2. That's a lot of growth and change body shape in such a short time. Even if it was taken only last week, a child does not transform so drastically from a small toddler to a skinny, lanky boy in only 4 months, defying all norms of child percentiles, including the size of his feet. So when looking at the birthday photo, he still has those toddler knock knees and he's wearing a diaper. Now look at where Harry's hand clutches the boy's underarm. There's still a space of several inches between his small digit at the lower ribs and Archie's waist. Then, when we look at the image of the small child holding the balloon, Harry's hand would occupy the entire torso in such a pose. Archie's stature and general appearance have transformed far too rapidly in 4 months to be the same child. Is it yet another unsolved mystery? Meanwhile, in the Daily Express, body language expert Miss Sandra says that the biggest difference between the boy with the balloon and the boy in the Christmas card would have to be the hair growth pattern. We have so many multiracial people here, and the hair growth pattern is something we definitely notice. For example, does a person's hair swirl from one point on the back of the head, or are there 2 or more swirls? Where are the natural parts? Is there a cowlick? It's especially obvious in curly-haired people. So if we look at the balloon boy's hair, it looks like there's a natural part horizontally about 2/3 up from his neck and a swirl from the right side going counterclockwise. Then when we look at the Christmas card boy, when we look at it from the side, he doesn't appear to have those distinctive natural parts and swirls. And yes, both father and son's hair appear a little enhanced on the Christmas card, to say the least. The other really weird thing is how the mother's fingers are positioned as she holds the baby above her head. A curved hand with all of the fingers around the baby would be the most comfortable. It'd be most secure in supporting the baby, and it would definitely be more natural. But then again, if we look at that staged photo from when they were in Canada, the picture of her holding Archie in a baby carrier while walking the 2 dogs, her posture or Archie's was similarly odd, not very secure as he was half out of the improperly tied carrier, leaning sideways, which was totally unsafe and must have been very uncomfortable for his head. Also, if those 2 dogs got distracted and started tugging in separate ways, it would have been so dangerous for her balance. Now, it is possible that Meghan may not have ever been able to babysit or really been around little kids or babies since she was the youngest child in her family and she moved back and forth between parents. In those public videos of her visiting children in various places, she does look rather uncomfortable. She's clearly moving and posing just for the cameras, not the kids. So no matter whether you love her or hate her, an honest and fair analytical assessment would have to be that something is always pretty odd about the photos they release. And that in photos and videos, she doesn't seem like a veteran in handling infants or interacting with children. Hopefully she and her husband will improve their parental and child handling skills since now they've got 2. Discussing this photo, Miss Julia added, "We can't see the left side of Archie's head. He may have a natural part, and that would explain the bushiness on top. His crown is towards the back, and the result is that hair pushes forward from one side towards the face. I have that exact same hair issue. I don't have a problem with the way Meghan is handling Lilibet in this photo." She's using the palmar cleft to support Lilibet at her outer front rib cage and its cup to support the back chest, which is much more comfortable for an infant than having fingers digging in, especially if the nails are long, because that can inflict a lot of pain and tear the skin. We can't see her left hand, but I'm pretty sure she has it cupped in the same position. Even though we see people do it, clasping a young infant at the armpits is really not safe, as their full upper body isn't supported and they're dragged down at the armpits. Also, there's definitely the risk of them slipping through. You always have to be careful to never cause strain and tension at a baby's joints, armpits, groin, or neck. Meanwhile, it's looking like Meghan never intended to fit in as a royal based on evidence that she caused trouble even before her wedding, making plans with Harry to leave Britain for America as soon as the optics look good enough to do so. I can't help but wonder if she just planned on portraying a duchess to win popularity, since she and her husband seem to think that's what's needed to succeed in life. The way she said, "Oh, F," in the post-wedding carriage ride in awe and wonder really fits in with her gauche upbringing and career choices. Another duchess on her wedding day said, "Oh, wow," when she saw all the people amassed below Buckingham Palace. That English rose acted like a well-brought-up lady, very unlike our Meghan. Unfortunately, it's pretty difficult to hide bad habits. So Meg must have decided after that first garden party where she grew bored after 15 minutes and begged off that being a royal was simply too much work. Had Meghan understood what being a royal entailed, I do think she might have begged off of that. She obviously believed that the money and worship of the general population would be hers by now, but fate intervened. Meghan is not known for her kindness. She is not known to be nice or selfless. So how she ever thought she could pull off being a royal makes no sense to me. I do believe Harry forgot to tell Meghan what her job in life would look like after marriage, and Meghan is learning that royalty does not buy adoration or endless supplies of cash and a security team. Heading into 2022, world leaders have learned by now to stay away from the treacherous couple. And Meghan is no doubt regretting her inability or unwillingness to figure out how to do the job, including following Catherine. If only she'd figured out just how to be nice and how to be likable, Meghan could have had anything her heart desires. Money and popularity are earned, and I do wish she had known that before she decided to date Harry in the first place. She was actually meant to lead the way in modernizing the monarchy, leading the way for a group of stodgy, stale entities to gain some personality and flair. But when she discovered that they weren't going to allow her to take the reins and turn them into the British version of the Kardashians, she tucked her tail and ran. Speaking of the Kardashians, oh my God, for years now, the biggest disgrace is that the Kardashian family has reigned supreme here in the US. They are everywhere. You cannot get away from them. And they're given a lot of credibility that they don't deserve at all. But they're on magazine covers, so they're talked about for all the wrong things, and they've built an empire and fortune without any talent, abilities, or moral fiber. It has never made any sense to me. So I think Meghan wants to outshine them. She wants to be bigger than they are or ever have been, and she wanted to use an already established organization with plenty of fame to get her there. She seemed to miss the part that they didn't need her or what she wanted for them. Easy mistake to make for someone with such an inflated ego who only focuses on herself. Plus, it was never Meghan's plan to stay on as working staff. Protocol and Meghan Markle do not mix. She has no respect for authority. Simply put, she will not be told how to dress or what to wear. I think she was so delusional that she truly believed that being a part of the British royal family meant enjoying the perks but not having to work for it. That entire Harry show was planned before they officially met each other on what was allegedly a blind date. Yeah, right. Give me a break. She followed him and she stalked him. She was a woman with a mission. Her mother was actually her accomplice in this con. To be fair, many people living across the big pond seem to think that. As one person put it, spending an hour a day cutting ribbons and the rest spending their riches and doing nothing but ordering others around, which seems to fit in with many other comments along similar lines. They fail to realize that behind the scenes, there's seriously hard work involved. You just don't see it. Her Majesty the Queen attends to her boxes every day, and she works just as hard as her children do, if not harder. Let's not forget, they are incredibly privileged and they enjoy comforts that many never will. but they're very generous with their time and they're committed to achieving the best outcomes possible for their charities. And let's not forget the political aspects to her role. Those red boxes contain all sorts of correspondence and paperwork that has to be dealt with, and she gets a phenomenal quantity each day. So leaving it for tomorrow isn't an option. As I said, are they wealthy? Are they privileged? Yes, but let's give them credit for the jobs they do. And you? Do you agree with us? Please let me know your view below in the comments, and don't forget to like and share my video with anyone who would love it if you think our video is helpful. And please don't forget to click the subscribe button to not miss any new videos from Kate Middleton and the Queen News team. Now thank you for watching, goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.